Yo, my name's Sean Cook. I used to put videos on my Facebook page with my friends, but I actually deleted Facebook because I think that place is like the worst place on this God's earth. It's a cage and everyone in it is a rat, and it's being run by media scientists and all that bullshit, and they're fucking with you hard. Get used to it. Get out of there. Just get out of there. And it's just like, honestly, God, it's just a fucking, it's very left, you know what I mean? Very liberal and stuff like that, and I can't stand that constant social justice posting and shit like that. I'm just over it and done with it. Fuck off is what I'm getting at. I don't hate you if you're left, but I fucking hate your values generally. I'm gonna kind of work on building this YouTube page up from the ground. Like, I'm not gonna use Facebook. I'm not gonna use anything. It's just a YouTube page, and the idea is, I'm a musician, and I'm a producer, and I'm a person, and I'm unique, just like you and just like anyone else, and I want to share as much of me as I can with anyone else, and I'm doing it for two reasons: because I think I can offer value, I think I can offer perspective, I think I can offer unique, valuable stuff to do with music, whether it be production, recording, songwriting, anything. I think I have more knowledge than the general person, and I'm happy to give that to whoever wants it. And I have particular political views and cultural views and everything like that I want to share as well. I'm really, really sick of being in the closet to do with my political views, because of the huge shame culture that exists at the moment. If I have a particular view on anything that is not in line with the left social justice warrior, I am a racist, xenophobe, pig, scumbag, bigot. Fuck off. I'm done with that bullshit. And you think you can suppress me? You think you can suppress me with that shame culture and the absolute lack of facts in your argument, but the big pointing finger? You think you can keep me down? You can't. You can just fuck off. I wouldn't say position myself as this hardcore Trump supporter, but I lean to the right, okay? I lean to the right because they use logic and they use science to generally produce their, kind of agenda, whereas the more I look into left shit, the left is based in communism and socialism. Do your history and shit like that and learn what's kind of, within that whole regime. Yeah, okay. It's really, really sticky, and even the fact that people wanted Hillary Clinton. Have you seen her eyes? She's ice. She's the ice queen. But anyway, I didn't even mean to go here. I didn't even mean to go here and get political, but it's on my mind lately, and I feel like I need to just get out the closet and say that I am who I am. And and here's the big thing. I believe in freedom of fucking speech and freedom of fucking expression. Okay? Speaking of freedom of expression and freedom of speech, the actual reason I jumped on here is to talk about a recent event. As I said, I'm a musician. I haven't released music in a long time. I've been away. Writing, not writing music at all. I've been in Colombia, Mexico, and now I'm in Krakow, Poland. And I'm just taking a bit of time to, get my vibe back, get swinging. I needed to get away from who I was, where I was, the people I was around. I was done with it. And feels really good to be here because I feel like now I can finally be myself and have the opinions and do the things I want to do. But anyway, I recently decided that I would release a song. Hadn't done it in ages. It's called A.V.O. A.V.O. stands for, honestly, I don't even know. I just know the abbreviation. Apprehended Violence Order, I'm pretty sure. But anyway, it's to do with hey, get the fuck away from me. You're going to hurt me. So I'm going to use the law to get you away from me. Anyway, I wrote a song called A.V.O. And the story of it is a guy that doesn't get the girl. He doesn't get the girl. I always wanted to write a song that kind of parodies songs like Teenage Dirtbag by Wheatus, because in real life, the fucking loser in that song does not get the hottest girl at school. Mina Savari, are you fucking kidding me? The loser doesn't get her, okay? Not how it works. Yeah, and I don't mean loser like the way like a bully uses it. I just mean the fucking lame fucking you know, he doesn't get the hot girl, okay? The beater. Yeah, so he doesn't get her. And he ends up stalking her and getting more and more resentful as she starts seeing other people and ends up kind of getting married and stuff like that. And in the end, the big moment in the song is that he declares that he's gonna go to prison and everything like that, and then he shoots them both at their wedding. And there's two loud gunshots that go off at the end. It's like violent, like, you know what I mean. But it's like me just explore, like, the idea of me writing this song was just like exploring the mind of a psychopath and also writing a song from a new perspective. Okay, I'm sick and tired of hearing songs and watching movies from the same perspective. Oh, the guy gets the girl. The triumph victory at the end. Awesome. Same story over and over again. Let's explore something different. Also, the idea of it being a little bit in politically correct or politically incorrect appeals to me because, as I said, I don't like being stifled by anyone. I'll say and do whatever the fuck I want. I'm not gonna go fucking, you know, stab someone. I'm not a cruel person. Anyway. Yeah, so anyway, the story is, like, I'll release it. So I send it to, I don't have many contacts, and I'm Australian, and I sent it to an Australian radio station called Triple J. They're cunts, just so you know. It's like the worst radio station in the world. It's attached to the government and the ABC, and as I said, like, I'm not really into that whole left agenda of, like, you know, suppressing freedom of speech and creating, like, a really, really safe space where everyone will never get offended. That's not the real world. Stop living in a fantasy. You're gonna get offended sometimes. You're gonna feel insignificant and bad, and someone's gonna say something that just doesn't rub you the right way, okay? Get used to it. Develop your self-esteem, develop yourself so then you're invincible to that kind of shit. Stop playing the victim. It's weak and you will be depressed for the rest of your life if you keep on playing that role. You're doing no favors for yourself. Anyway. I'm passionate bitches. Yeah, so, I send it off, and then I get an email back saying, like, you know, they've played a bunch of my shit in the past. They've kind of supported me and, like, you know, like, things I've done, you know, ever since I've been writing music. Not to a huge level, but they've favored me, I guess, in a way. Haven't rejected me. But I get this email back and say, hey, like, your previous stuff, we've really enjoyed it, but unfortunately, this song's mature content won't be able to make any playlists in Triple J. And the long story short, there was a lot of emails back and forth. But the long story short is it got taken to, like, some board of regulations at the ABC even to see if it could even exist on their website and everything like that, because apparently it was glorifying violence against women. That's what I was doing. And that's what I mean about how this shit's getting fucking out of hand. Don't tell me what I'm glorifying. Don't you dare tell me what I'm glorifying. Cunt. I'm gonna say that word. It's not such a bad word, and don't get so offended. Yeah, anyway. They tell me what I can and can't do. They tell me that, like, I understand that they've got rules and regulations and everything like that. And, like, yeah, sure, maybe my song shouldn't get played on the radio. But, like, fuck you. Fuck that even exists. Like, fucking G-rated play school music, that's what bothers me. I'm a musician. I consider myself an artist, and I want to live in a world where art is, you know, this beautiful, sacred thing, and nothing is sacred within. You can do whatever you want, okay? And it hurts me and makes me so sad that the main distribution network of music in Australia is so politically correct to the point where they won't play, like, this song is not even that bad, okay? Like, Jesus Christ, I said to them, go listen to Stan by Eminem. Go listen to some Marilyn Manson or some Slipknot or some Nirvana tracks. Rape Me. Anything, like, you know, Come As You Are, I don't even know. Yeah, but it's like, I grew up listening to Eminem when I was like 7 years old. Stan, have you heard that song? I believe that in the end he drives the car off a bridge with his pregnant girlfriend in the back. And I grew up listening to that. At no point in my life have I ever since listening to that song considered doing that to someone, okay? It's a story. And the idea that, like, someone's going to hear my song and they're actually going to go to their ex-partner and shoot them when they get married, That's bullshit. That's bullshit. I actually got statistics talking about how there's been 73 deaths last year, women and everything like that. Yeah, it wasn't caused by music. It was caused by crazy fucking people, okay? Crazy people that are going to do that shit no matter what, yeah? They didn't go on to Triple J and listen to some fucking lo-fi indie musician write a fucking song and then decide I'm going to go and kill someone. That's not how it works. Show me a statistic where that's happened. That's what I want. It's the same bullshit when Marilyn Manson used to get criticized for like Columbine shootings and stuff like that. Yeah, those kids that shot up a school, they didn't do it because they listened to Manson. Stop perpetuating that bullshit. Yeah, so anyway, I guess I'm trying to bring that up. I'm not bitter. I'm not bitter, really. Like, I might sound it. It's like, I just expected it, you know what I mean? And I expect that in this day and age with this fucking safe space. The whole world has to be a safe space. Yeah, and, like, that's what I'm getting at. I am off that vibe. I used to consider myself more, like, liberal and left when I was younger. But, like, because I'm a compassionate person, generally speaking. You know, I care about other people. So, of course, I'm going to kind of veer to the left. I'm quite emotional as well. But at some point in your life, you start after using your head, your logic, and your reason. And you realize that everything that's getting fed to you through the media, through, like, the fucking... Like, it's all to do with America at the moment. The Obama fucking bullshit, the Clinton bullshit. It's fucking nonsense, okay? Like, even when they talk about, like, the female wage gap and stuff like that, do some reading. Just go and do some reading. That myth isn't supported by a single credited and, like, you know, decent economist. Even feminist economists acknowledge that that's a myth. It's an earnings gap, not a wage gap. Everyone gets paid the same amount. You don't go into a goddamn... Look how fucking angry I get. You don't get... I have a sense of humor about it. I'm not an angry person. You don't get a job in America or in Australia or anything like that and walk in and they say, oh, you're a female, so we're paying you lower. That's against the law. And it's fucking pushed into society that happens, and the whole feminist lie has fucking polluted people's minds. It's an earnings gap, and the earnings are different because women make different choices in life, okay? And so do men. Women are more likely to take time off because they value different things, like their children. They're more likely to go to their child's rehearsal that they have after school. Men are more likely to stay back at work for hours and hours and work. And they get more money for that because they're probably more likely to get the promotion because they're putting more time into the work. And men are more likely to do highly, highly risky jobs that pay more as well. Because women don't volunteer for them because they probably can't even do them. Yeah? Like, generally speaking, like, men tend to be more, like, stronger and stuff like that. And then even when I say that, it's like potentially a feminist would want to fucking stick a knife in my throat for saying there's even the possibility that there's a biological and physical difference between men and women. There is. Yeah, so anyway, I guess what I'm saying, like, what I'm getting at is, like, this this page is going to vary, okay, while I figure it out. I plan to offer a lot to do with music. I plan to commentate on music. I plan to upload my own music on this and make my own music on this. I've got a project in the works at the moment, and I'll probably drop something within the next month or so and actually discuss it in a few more videos. And yeah, I wanna be my absolute self. If I have a view that I think is rational in particular, like, it's not going to be some bullshit like subjective opinion. If I have something that I think fits in the objective reality, like a statistic or a rational, logical idea that I think is worth sharing, particularly when people are so interested in sharing irrational ideas lately, and it's ruining the like very fabric of society that we stand on. Yeah, like, I'm gonna say it because it's like too many people are just like laying down and letting the left like do their whole shame thing and do that whole bullshit fucking awful mean thing they do to people. Call people racist. That's the worst thing you can do, to put a label on someone like that. Because in this day and age, to be a racist is like a really awful thing. Like, I wouldn't want to be friends with like a hardcore racist or a hardcore like sexist or misogynist. I wouldn't want to associate with them. And to call someone that is like there's no worse kind of like allegation or name, especially with that shameful pointing finger or that shameful rant on Facebook. Like feminists get angry about the word cunt or the word pussy. Like, how about you check yourself before you call someone a racist? Check yourself before you call someone a sexist or a misogynist, because it's highly, highly likely that you're misinformed and that you're living in a bubble. I'm back. Don't know how for long. Don't know for how long. We'll see how this goes. I always kind of come into YouTube and then I kind of, get over it, or like, get stuck into something else, or get a bit like, the thing about putting yourself online is you ultimately end up getting shamed because people have different opinions on you and stuff like that. And it's hard to stay in the game if you kind of like, don't like the idea of like that whole thing happening to you. But I think I've become a much stronger person lately. I almost feel like to the point like I'm invisible. Invisible. Invincible. I don't care. I don't care what anyone thinks of me anymore, and it's so liberating. Like, just to like not give a fuck what anyone thinks. Like, is a really good feeling. Really fucking good. It cracks me up actually. Anyway. I'm gonna get into doing some mixing over the next few weeks and writing some music and getting some thoughts out, and I'll gradually narrow in and get this thing happening. I'll probably delete this video in like 3 weeks when I actually get shit up and running, because I'll think of how much a noob I was to begin with, which is, part of growth, isn't it? Ding!